Hi everyone, another Doge here. Welcome to my channel. Since both my headset and mic are broken, I'll be using TTS for the voiceover. This league, Elementalist got a pretty nice buff, so I decided to use her as my league starter. Right now, my character is level 91 and can comfortably run T16 maps. I haven't finished my Atlas tree yet, so I'm still figuring out what strategy to go with. Hold on a second, looks like someone wants to trade. Yeah, rings like this are still worth something. In the first few days of the league, give it another week, and they'll probably be worthless. Anyway, let's get back to mapping. Like most Elementalists this league, I'm also running for Golems, because let's be honest, they got a massive buff in the new patch, and there's really no reason not to use them. I still remember getting the Golem skill at level 34, and from that point on, I was basically a god, just steamrolling through the campaign bosses. At first, I was a bit worried the Golems might get one shot in high tier maps, but so far, they've been totally fine, even in tier 16 maps. Also, you might be noticed I'm running for different Herald auras. I'll explain that in just a minute. Aside from the Golem buffs, Elementalist also got a new notable called Bringer of Ruin. At first, there was a lot of discussion about it on Reddit, but then people kind of lost interest. Sure, running for Herald sounds really cool, but if you're also trying to run for Golems at the same time, you're gonna run into a problem. You simply don't have enough gem sockets. At first, to make room for all the auras, I actually removed Frostblink and Molten Shell from my setup, but I quickly realized that was a terrible idea. Dropping Molten Shell was manageable, but playing without Frostblink, yeah, that's just not happening. Then it hit me, you can just use unset rings, and put your Herald skills inside the rings instead. Thanks to the Elementalist Ascendancy giving a ton of elemental resistances, and the Golems boosting your chaos resistance, you don't really need high resist stats from your rings. So unset rings work perfectly. And here's the best part, because of reasons we all know, unset rings are usually much cheaper than regular ones. The two I'm using right now are actually pretty decent, and I only paid 1 chaos each. Once I figured out how to run all my Heralds and Golems, everything else was pretty straightforward. Of course, you still need elemental weakness and flammability, but I didn't want to follow Zaren's guide and run a single target damage skill. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't even want to press an extra skill button, honestly. Now, you might be wondering, why not just play Righteous Fire? Well, because I've used Righteous Fire as my league starter for the last few seasons, and honestly, I'm kind of burned out on it. Anyway, I ended up skipping the single target skill, which makes gameplay way simpler. But yeah, boss fights are rough. For defense, I'm running Determination, and I have my Mercenary running Grace. With this setup, my evasion is decent, armor is over 20,000, and my effective HP is around 5-7k. So, no problem surviving in tier 16 maps. That said, whenever I open a strong box, I still instinctively Frostblink backward, just in case. I guess I've been one shot by strong boxes a few too many times in the past. Old habits die hard, right? Right now, the two most popular Elementalist skills this league are Explosive Arrow and Glacial Cascade. To be honest, both of them perform better than Wave of Conviction, especially Explosive Arrow. So if you're watching this video and still haven't decided on a build, I'd say just go with Explosive Arrow. It's strong, proven, and very meta, but personally, I'm not a big fan of the way it feels. There's this weird delay, like, you shoot and then the damage happens 1.5 seconds later. It's powerful, sure, but I prefer something more immediate, like Wave of Conviction, where you hit and boom, it's there. That said, Wave of Conviction is really just a league starter skill for me. I'm not planning to invest too much currency into it. Actually, my entire build right now is worth less than 100 chaos. The most expensive item I have is a 6-link body armor, which cost me around 40 chaos, and honestly, I only bought it because I had no choice. Without it, I couldn't do enough damage to kill bosses. Once the first week of the league is over, and prices start to drop, I'm thinking of switching to a different build, hopefully something like Ethereal Knives. And of course, I'll still be running for Golems. Wouldn't be me without them, haha. Mapping so far has been super smooth. Honestly, if I wasn't recording while playing, my gameplay would probably look a lot cleaner. But as you can see, bossing is a whole different story. This one is relatively easy, but there are some tougher bosses I just can't kill right now. So yeah, I'll definitely be switching skills later on. I'm still waiting to see if someone comes up with a really strong setup, preferably something that's not Explosive Arrow. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I've posted my current path of building link in the comments, in case anyone's interested or finds it helpful. Thanks for watching. Haha, I'm back again. Honestly, I could just face tank this boss. No need to dash around like that. But since I'm recording, it'd be kinda embarrassing if I died on camera. You know how it is. My plan now is to finish up the Atlas tree, start farming some currency, and once I hit around 20 divines, I'll switch to a new build.